Coming up on the next episode. Good Tuesday afternoon to you all YouTube. It's 3:32 now in the afternoon. This is a little update on what I've been up to since my little vacation from YouTube. This is not going to be part of a regular comeback. It is just meant as an update to basically share with you how far along I've gotten on my my problems, or not problems, but the work I wanted to get done. I have worked in the living room, and I have worked in the kitchen, and I have worked in here a little bit. Nothing spectacular to report, but once I get it done, I will show you, I will share with you. For right now, I just wanted to update you on a couple of things I have been working on here in the shop. One is the two Magnavox radios you see in front of you here. That's the BDST over there. We'll kind of ignore that for right now. This one here is the older one of the two, or not older one, but the actually in the worst shape. I think I ended up paying $7.50 a piece for these on eBay, and of course whatever the shipping was. But this one I did a complete ECAP recap on, and it is now working.
Emergencies and give with outrageous
that is a local station.
Here's how it works. You'll learn the proven plan.
So again, I'm not going to go into that too much because that's not really that was an easy fix. I mean, other than replacing all of the caps in it. That wasn't too bad of a job, but there was one that it was a 3-section small electrolytic, and it had basically 4 wires coming out the bottom, and I think it was right up in here, in this area here, and I had to replace that with 3 discrete capacitors because I didn't have, obviously, the exact replacement for it. I don't doubt that those are even made anymore, but anyway, I did get it in there, and it does work just fine, as you just heard. Now that's that one, and again, I'm not going to go into that one too much because, again, that was a pretty easy fix, just to replace the caps and went from there. Now this one here has been a little more of a problem. Now I did replace the audio caps in this one, mainly because when you turned on, put power to it, if you put your ear right up to the speaker, you could just barely hear some audio hiss from the speaker. And to me, that just tells me that the caps in the audio section need to be replaced, because that's, you know, usually a sign that they do need to be replaced. So I did that. There was, I believe, 3 altogether. One was a coupling cap from the volume control to the first amplifier or transistor in the audio section. And the other 2 were just basically, one was a bypass, I think, and the other one was just a filter type capacitor, I believe, in the audio section. Whatever, there was 3 of them. Two of them were 10 microfarad, and one was a 2, I used a 2.2, I think, to replace it. But they have been replaced also. I will show you that if I can get this down here. There's the 2. That green one there is the 2.2 coupling cap. And there's one of the black ones right there. And the other black one is right here. So again, 3 of them is what it took to get that replaced. And once I did that, it brought the audio back. Now, that to me is the way to do this, because when you have a problem, first off, you don't know if the radio section even works or not, and because you have no audio. Well, I did use the signal tracers. You see it there, just sitting there. You can ignore it. It's just sitting there. I've been doing some testing with it as well. But anyway, on this, I did determine that there was no radio from this. Not at all. I did take some, use the, well, I tried to use the little DDS signal generator from the MFP, but it doesn't have a modulation on it, and it's very difficult to hear anything without having, you know, a signal coming out of it. So what I did was, as you guys may recall, my B&K E200D signal generator, RF signal generator, I got that out and set it up here on the bench, and then I went to playing around with this, and what I found was I hooked it up to this. This is an AM loop stick from a stereo receiver. I bought this for some testing with the I can't remember the name of it now, but the little radios that work on the computer. Anyway, that's what I bought it for, and it'll come in handy for that when I get around to doing that. But for now, I hooked the output of the signal generator up to this. Basically, it's just putting it out to an AM loop, and then I took and first I went right up to the top here, where the antenna is, and I did not get any kind of signal through there at all. And then I basically took it over the top of this, and when I got down around the IF section, which is in here, thing started perking like crazy. I mean, I heard the signal just as loud and clear as you ever want to hear anything. And so that told me, obviously, that the problem was before the IF. And so I began testing voltages on the converter, mixer converter transistor. The voltages actually came out all right on that. But like I said, it was pretty obvious that anyway, that it didn't work from the antenna. So what I thought I would end up doing was, and what I did do, was take the direct output from the RF signal generator and hook up the ground to the radio. And then I took a probe and basically went right to the base of the oscillator, mixer oscillator transistor, and nothing came through. And again, that was a direct connection. There was no loop stick or anything like that. And I put it on the collector, which is the output for that. I got signal through. So obviously that told me that the transistor was not conducting. So right there it is, right there. It's a 2SA160 is the number of it. And it is basically a mixer oscillator type transistor, germanium, obviously, PNP. So, you know, I can buy, I think it's an NTE 100 is a direct, or not a direct replacement, but a suitable replacement for it. Now it's a bigger, larger diameter transistor. Well, I kind of wanted to avoid that, you know, because space is limited in these things. But it would work in a pinch. I could do it, I'm sure. So, but what I came up with instead, because this radio here is in much better condition than the other one, I thought, well, why don't I just pull out the one that's working from that radio, insert it in this one, get this one, make sure it's all, everything else tests all right. I have to put the antenna wire back on that connection. That's where it goes as well. But again, why not put this one back together, get it working, make sure that it works as good as it should. And I have not replaced anything but the audio caps, and I may not replace any more, because I think there was one in the RF section, or IF section I should say, and I might replace that one. I don't know, we'll see. But as that filter cap, I don't think, as long as my source voltages are good, I've got a 7-volt source and of course the 9-volt source from the battery. Both those are good. They measure the same, you know, as they do right, you know, the battery voltage and things like that. So really no sweat about replacing that filter cap, but they don't do a lot in a DC radio anyway. But so what I'm planning on doing is, again, probably taking that one out of that and putting it into this. So that's my plan there. Now, in the meantime, as I was thinking about other things and doing other things, I got this in the mail today. Now, I know it doesn't look like much to you. It looks like a box. And it's exactly what it is. There is the model number of the item inside, if you want to look that up. XLW50L. And this is a Bluetooth 50-watt amplifier with a clock. And it's kind of unique. It has a wireless type clock. In other words, you can set it via, I think, Bluetooth with an app on your phone. And you can set the clock and set the alarms and things like that. And that's kind of neat. Of course, you can also play music over it via Bluetooth. It does have a USB input, as you can use a, you know what I mean, a USB. I think, and it may have a card reader as well. I'm not really sure, but and our friends at IC Station sent me that for a review. And I do plan on putting it together. There's a little case that goes with it, and we'll do that in a future video. But I just wanted to acknowledge that I did get that today, and it will be an upcoming item on the channel. Now, that brings me to my next subject. I have made the executive decision, as I like to say, that I will no longer be doing 3 videos a week. I have decided that led to too much YouTube becoming too much like a job to me, and I'm retired. I don't work. I'm certainly I'm probably more lazy than not, but I'm not totally lazy. I have done things and gotten some things done. So, and I've gotten rid of some things, and again, I will show you that when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to, and I will be off for some time to come yet. I've just wanted to get this. I wanted to get a catch-up video, and the other item that's going to include that is Bill. I am working on Bill's bracket for his speaker output transformer speaker thing, and I have been in contact with him, and he has given me some dimensions now that I can go back and use Tinkercad to redesign that a little bit to make it fit a little bit better than the one I sent him first. And of course, this final version will be a solid plastic option, so he can, you know, if he needs to screw something into it or whatever, he can do that. So again, that's going to be worked on. Again, that's he told me no hurry on it, in which, you know, he wouldn't have to tell me that, because I don't get in a hurry for much these days. Alright, and before I forget, I wanted to add this, speaking of Bill, the plastic part that I sent him, he wanted to repay me, so I know Bill's a proud guy. He doesn't like taking something for nothing, and I understand that. And I'm very pleased with what he sent. This is, in this bag here, I've got a bunch of pilot lights. He's written the voltage on them. That's nice. Looks like red, and I think there was some, I think blue, but I can't remember. Well, yeah, there they are. Green. Green, I guess, is the color. But yeah, they got both kinds in there. And those are nice. I like those. As well as 6 little speakers. And speakers always come in handy for me anyway, for always working on something that needs a speaker. So those are appreciated, Bill. I really do appreciate it. And here, the other thing he sent was the little remote for his alarm. He said this is whatchamacallit. So there you go. That's what Bill said, and I just wanted to kind of include that so that everybody knows that Bill doesn't take anything for nothing. And so I'm happy to share that with everybody, and like I said, that was what I wanted to do. Weather has changed, obviously, and I am not very happy about that. I don't like cold weather, people. I'm sorry, I don't. It's just, you know, I don't function well in cold weather. I don't do things, you know, like I do in warmer weather. And not that I get out and run marathons or anything. I don't do that. But, you know, at the same time, I do more in the summer than in the better weather than I do in the fall, or not in the fall, but the winter. So anywho, that's that on that. But like I said, as far as my future videos, I haven't decided yet. I told Bob maybe 1 or 2 a week at the most. No, it won't be any 3 weeks. Now that's subject to change also. If, in other words, if something comes along and I'm interested in, I wanted to do, and I want to make a video, I'm going to make a video and post it. It may be the day after I make another one. I don't know. But I'm not going to be on any set schedule anymore. I didn't like that to begin with, and I tried it for a while. I gave it a good shot, and it doesn't work for me. So I'm just going to basically make videos when the mood strikes me, and that's what I'm going to do. I believe I'll enjoy doing the videos and the work involved, you know, and not only on the item I'm making a video of, but in the production of the video as well. I've been watching a lot of, I don't know how many of you guys watch Hillary Klug, the little girl that plays fiddle, and I say tap dance, but there's another, buck dancing, I think is what they call it. But I've been watching her a lot, and I am on her Instagram now, and been following her. She is so talented. It just amazes me how talented she is. And one of the things I'm kind of interested in that she does, she makes a lot of videos where she does 2 or 3 of her in the same video, and I'm trying my best to learn something like that to where I can do that on this. It won't be anything as elaborate as dancing and playing a fiddle, obviously, but it may involve more stuff like aging. The guy on Aging Wheels does. I think his videos are kind of entertaining, and I want to incorporate more of that into my videos. And I think that's just something to have a little pizzazz to it. And I know it's a lot of work at the same time, but again, it is what it is. Last thing I want to touch on is the BDST. I have been working on that. Bob has been working on his and the one that was sent. We did have a problem with our last beta tester having a problem with his. When he put it together, it didn't work, and that has been fixed. The problem has been figured out, and it's probably more about my documentation than it was the problem with putting it together. It was just a miscommunication, misdirection, whatever you want to call it, in the instructions. That has been corrected, I hope. I will be sending out the kits for the rest of the beta testers, but kind of waiting on Bob to get back with me and find out if we're going to make any more changes or whatever. I did do some changes, or not changes, but some testing with my new scope, the Wriggle. I didn't like the way it came out. I was using this little function generator on the MFP to do that, and that did not come out well. I could not get the signal low enough to actually go below the threshold of the BDST, and I kind of want to do my testing when I do this at a certain level. In other words, establish a level that I'm comfortable with. It doesn't have to be the threshold of hearing. It can be any level, just as long as it's viewable on the scope and as far as it registering a voltage. The waveform is not all that important, but it would be nice if the waveform would show up as well. But I am learning more about the scope and how to use it, and so it's working out. So that's one of the things I've been working on as well. So once that comes about, then I will share some more of that, and we'll see. But so for right now, I think that's about it. Again, I've been working as I feel like it. I don't hit it too hard. You guys know me, but I have been doing things. So I just want to let you know that I am, and so I'm still around, still working on stuff. And so this is going to again serve as a update, kind of what I have been doing. And so we're going to end it here and wish you guys the best. And we'll see you when we see you again, I suppose. So have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.